I really don't know what it is that's gotten into me. It's taken hold of me, and I just feel a need to do this. I think it would be nice. I just think it'd be nice. So this is the new home I found for my shelf, which I moved from my bedroom last week. And I'm actually like really blown away by how much it changes the whole feeling of sitting at this table. Like sitting in this chair with a shelf there, just like some three-dimensional thing coming off the wall. It makes it feel so much cozier. It's kind of crazy. And it's also the perfect place for me to enact the plan of making myself a home bar, which I've always wanted. I headed out to a few thrift stores first with the goal of finding all like the accessories I needed to bring this bar to life. So I started out at Goodwill, and I was mainly looking for like basic glassware to supplement what I already had at home. And I was also keeping my eye out for other things that I might be able to use, like trays to set stuff on or tools for making cocktails, stuff like that. What I was unsuccessful finding at Goodwill was any of the like tools I need. You know, the metal cups, the little pokey things for olives, the muddler, that would be good to get. I would really like to put like a cute little lamp on that shelf too. Nothing sets the mood like a good lamp. That was a bust. I'm going to the next spot. Next, I went to a little place called South Ave Treasures, which is more of like a curated shop, and it was awesome. Really good prices, amazing stuff. I really had to hold back in here, but I also had a lot more luck with some of the stuff I was looking for. Highly recommend this place. Okay, here's the haul. So I spent $30. I got some glassware. I wanted some low balls and some high balls. I was looking for ones that came in like a set of at least a couple. I got 4 of these little guys. They're pretty nondescript, no brand name on them or anything, but they have a nice weight to them, and they were $1.32 each. It's a little bit tricky buying glassware at Goodwill because they started like wrapping everything with this plastic wrap, which I guess is good because it keeps the sets together and stuff, but it's a little harder to really get a feel for what you're buying. But these are nice. Oh, they actually don't match. That's funny. They're in a pair, but this one has more sides than this one. Okay, well, whatever. And then these little tiny cups I also got because I couldn't resist them. Oh, they're so cute. I don't know. They could be used as shot glasses, certainly, or to sip like a port, samplings of things if I want to just feel miniature. All right, then I got this set of wooden trays. Just simple wooden trays, but they are solid wood, which is nice. And I like the wood tone. And I thought I could just use them to put like either bottles on, or probably some of the glasses. Okay, I also got this like marble slab. So I'm gonna just set this on the shelf and have this be a nice surface, add a little bit of color and different sort of material there. And also to keep anything that's wet off of the wooden shelf. And then I also just couldn't not buy this pot. It's just a little enamel flowered pot and I'm into it, man. All right, moving on to the stuff I got at the antique shop. I was actually blown away by how reasonable the prices were there. I got these 3 things, all for 20 bucks. I got this vintage cocktail shaker. I actually do have a cocktail shaker, but it's not great because it's all metal, and when you use it, something happens with the contraction of the metal when it gets cold, but it's like impossible to get the top off of it after. It's crazy. Anyways, I liked this one because it was glass and just simple. And I got this stirring spoon. I got this bottle because it looked like people put things in bottles on their bars to make it look fancy cool. Also, I just remembered I've been squirreling away this ice bucket that I found at my great uncle's house. That's the same ice bucket that my parents had growing up. When I was growing up, my parents had it. And yes, here it is. It has penguins on it. Until I was about 32, I thought emperor penguins were like 6-ish feet tall. Thought they were the size of like a tall grown man. You never see them in relation to anything. That's the problem. I'm talking about like the classy kind of setup where you could mix a cocktail of someone's choosing during a dinner party. That's the kind of bar I'm interested in. That said, I don't know anything about cocktails. I have no liquors at all. I do have triple sec, dry vermouth. I have Saint Germain. Don't really know what that is. Pimm's. I've tried it a couple times. I can't get it to taste like something I want to drink. I have Kahlua, bitters, and sweet vermouth, which I just found out you're supposed to refrigerate. Yeah, so I'm not sure what to do with what I have here. My friends gave me a website I can go to like put in ingredients that I have to work with for a cocktail, and will tell you what you can make. So I thought that I would try that and see what witchcraft it's gonna do to give me something drinkable with those ingredients. Okay, this is kind of cool. So you can put in all of the like liquors and whatever other things you have to work with for mixers and stuff. And we'll see what it comes up with here for me. Okay. Wait. No. Oh no. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. So the number one cocktail that it's suggesting I make is called April Fool's, and it is chilled water in a martini glass. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I need to make a trip to the liquor store. Okay, I did go to the liquor store and buy some actual booze today. I did consult my friend and her husband. He's my friend too. I'm sorry, Will, I keep referring to you as my best friend's husband. I consulted my friends and they told me the basic things to get, but he gave me the good advice of like, just pick a couple drinks that you enjoy drinking and get those ingredients at least. So I did that. And I got a few more things too. Whiskey, gin, tequila, love me a margarita, vodka, Campari, vermouth, vermouth, and bitters. And I just got a bottle of wine too, since I was there. I don't know what this little thing was or is, but it used to have several wooden feet. Now it has one, so I'm gonna be getting rid of that. Just giving these wooden trays like a nice solid wipe down. They're actually in good shape, but you know, I don't know what they've seen. I'm excited to have this little bar. I think this is probably just about me wanting to be more like my best friend. She's the coolest, and her husband are into making cocktails, and they always are like mixing up delicious things when I go to visit them. And yeah, it probably just all comes down to this long time desire I've had to just like be more like her. Okay, these are all clean. Okay, thinking this is just gonna be a little landing pad for like the tools. Put the shaker on there. Maybe I need another container to put like, I don't know, toothpicks and stuff. Oh, I forgot I have this thing. This seems like it should go here. Oh, did I break it? I don't know. This is to like aerate wine as you pour it. This, I think, is to like suck the air out of wine if you need to store a bottle that's been open for a little bit. And this, oh my God, Jesus. Switchblade style. That seems dangerous. All right, well, I'm gonna use that there. I have this little thing of toothpicks. I guess I'll group the liquors together. It's interesting how certain types of bottles have like iconic and specific things about them. Like bitters always has like a paper label that's too big for it. Like this one too. What's with that? This bottle is so pretty, I have to say. I think I will use these two trays for the glasses. Get out of here, towel. I came across these, well, you can't see them, tins. I have a bunch of tins. This one I feel like is too perfect to not use. And this penguin, staying on penguin theme. I like the yellow. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Just gonna set it there for now. Okay, I would like to hang some art back here or like put art on the shelf or something to kind of like fill in this void here. I'm curious if this will look crazy, but I'm thinking about putting like a big piece of art back here. Maybe I can finagle it in there. I kind of like it. Or I could go like much less dramatic. You know, someone gave me the feedback when I was making over my room that they liked this small quirky little painting more than the bigger one I put up. I thought they had a point. This might be nice. The friends I keep talking about gave me this print. Isn't that frame just so beautiful? I like that there. Okay, I still think I could put this in the corner. I don't know what it is. Okay, scratch the tin idea. The mouth is too wide and they're just like tipping all over the place. So I don't think that's quite the right thing to put there. But I do have these oil lamps that I've never used. Apparently you can use them though. And maybe that would be a nice thing to put on here to add a little ambiance. The wicks on both these lamps are too short to actually reach the oil, so I decided to combine the oil into one lamp so I could at least use one of them for now. It smells like kerosene. This is probably not advisable. I should do this outside. So it's really pretty. When I first lit it outside, the flame was really big, like the wick was up higher and it was smoking quite a bit. And then I just lowered the wick down. Is that a fire hazard? Only one way to find out. Okay. On my never-ending list of projects is restoring this typewriter. That was my grandfather's, my great-grandfather's, I don't know. But, I mean, who's not obsessed with typewriters? It's kind of silly to put stuff like this out on display. I don't know, I've had mixed feelings about that. On the other hand, it's a shame to just like have it be in a closet somewhere where it's not enjoyed. I'm also wondering if I should put anything up here. I have this long ass vine. I don't know, is that like kind of aggressively being a plant? Maybe it'd be better off on this side. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. Yeah. Okay, the bottom shelf. Now, I'm not totally sure what to do with the bottom shelf. Okay, I put this here because I was thinking about making it into just like a little cat bed spot. The thing about that is like, it's impossible to determine where a cat wants to sleep. Try, what do you think? If I make a bed for you, will you sleep in it? Ignore me for yes. So I like the idea of making this into like a cozy little lair for her. And I think I might try and put up like curtains. Okay, these are the two contenders for fabric. I have this red with the stars on it, or I have these curtains, which just keep on giving. I've now made a pillow, reupholstered a bench, and redone a lampshade with these curtains. I don't think either is a bad choice, so I guess that's a good spot to be in. This is so typical that I was like in the home stretch and then created a whole new project to do. Whatever. Okay, I think I'm like gonna really do it. I have these track curtain like brackets. So I have this piece that I need to just trim a little bit so that it will fit up like flush against here. Into the basement we go. This now fits flat against theirs. This piece fits here. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so I need to attach these and then I need to sew the curtains. And just a tip, when you're drilling something that's like, it's important that you don't drill too far in. It's handy to put a piece of tape on the drill bit so you can tell where you need to stop. So I'm gonna just mark that off here. And that way I know I'm not gonna drill too far into this piece of wood because I don't want to come out the top of the shelf, obviously. Then you just like snap this piece into place. You rotate these things and it like locks it in place. Chai, do you see what I'm doing for you? Oh, honey. You look scary. All right, the measurements of these curtains worked out so perfectly. I was able to cut like 2 thin strips off of both of the curtain panels to create 2 narrow curtains for like the narrow side of the shelf that I needed to cover. And then I was left with 2 wider panels that were gonna go in the front of the shelf. Then I just had to finish off the raw edge of each of these panels. So one side and the bottom was already hemmed, so I just folded, ironed, pinned, and then sewed the raw edge of each of the panels, and that was pretty much it. So there's one curtain panel for the side. It's gonna be adorable. This thing slides in there, and then you hook this onto like the curtain tape typically. I don't have that on these mini curtains, but this comes off. And I also have these clip type of things. So I think I'm going to just do a simple like clip to the top of this fabric and then hook that onto here. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't handle it. Tomorrow I will spend some time on the like actual bed. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, but good progress. So I decided to just use this nice thick pillowcase and stuff it with stuff I wasn't using, like a sweater with holes in it and this blanket I took from the airplane. So I just made like kind of a little indent there for her. I mean, I'd sleep in there. How would you say you're feeling about the progress of your new layer? Would you say that you're not satisfied, satisfied, somewhat satisfied, or very satisfied? Uh-oh. With that very clear feedback, I knew I had some more work to do if there was any chance of her using this shelf. I had this little LED string light hanging around, which I thought would be perfect to add a little mood lighting in there. So I set the switch part on the shelf and then just fed the rest of it down below and used these tiny clear command hooks to attach it along the edge of the shelf. And then, since no room is really complete until you add some art on the walls, I scoured my house for some tiny frames and tiny things I could put in the tiny frames that I felt, you know, reflected her personality. And then the next day this happened and I almost lost my mind.